Oh yeah, you saw the title, and I was thinking, what better way than to wear a bloody dashiki to talk about this very type of topic. Yeah, African man is complaining about Warhammer 40,000 for so and so minutes. That's not happening. Okay, so how do I begin this? It's not always easy to be sharing your opinion out there, because it's not the easiest of things. You are prone to judgment for both good and bad. And that's like the unwritten, well, very well known rule of the intercontinental webway of the internet. I really went out of my way to make this one complicated for no reason whatsoever. Look, I was very hesitant to make a video about this because in one way it felt very stupid, but I've been getting some of these messages that I really just wanted to clear the air. And so I decided to make this video. Now, here's the issue. Number one, I was raised half of my life by some old people, so my storytelling or explanation methods tend to be a bit out there. It's like me starting to talk about the intricacies of the universe and how it is that Thanos was trying to gather the Infinity Stones. From the point of the French culture, there's a lot of and all of that just to tell you that that is how the cookie crumbles. So may the Lord have mercy on my soul, and I will try to keep this concise under less than 10 minutes. So let's begin. The Warhammer 40k community has been one of the most welcoming ones that I've ever partaken in, and it is absolutely amazing. And this is coming from a guy who spent more than 10 years of his life playing a game where neckbeards like this wonderful hairless man, I'm sorry Asmongold, you know, going after your hair is like the easiest of things. Is spending his time judging what people's armors are looking like.
Underneath it all, I'm just like you. How's that?
Best content on the internet, I swear, is so funny. And that is just to enter a community that has such huge variety, from people who are almost like worth having arts degrees in the things that they do, visual artists that do some wonderful stuff, highly illiterate people with voices of gold, and you know, common shitters like myself who are just there to enjoy the stuff and are just getting sucked in. But as it is for most fandoms, there is an attitude of some people trying to not really knowing what the hell they want. Now, to put a bit of context onto what I'm talking about, from me making the video on Astartes, a reaction video that I made, a lot of people started to flood to my channel and wanted to see more of my reactions and my opinions on some of the things in the 40k universe. And the comments were very constructive, recommending a hell of a lot of stuff to do, and I ended up reading the Horus Heresy, which was...
That is crazy.
But then some comments were kind of a bit cheeky, you know, the type that you can excuse, like, dude, with that physique, yeah, you will be like the greatest of salamanders, and I'm like, yeah, I could see that. That sometimes evolves. I started watching some new stuff, and mainly there was one video that kind of made me see where some of the lesser neutral comments were coming from. So I watched this one video by a YouTuber called Major Kill, who actually has pretty amazing content, but as I was made aware, the guy is literally an edgelord that is baiting people, quite literally, to react in a certain manner by his obviously extremely provocative language. Now, to me, dude, if I survived on the internet for so long by being a black man, how is this supposed to harm me? But not everybody do have the same way of seeing things. So what I've noticed was that in the comment section, you could separate like the viewers to like 3 categories. So you had those who went to the comment section and were writing comments like, hey man, you know, Major Kill is like, that's like his attitude, he makes jokes like that, don't take him too seriously. Huh, okay. And some others who were almost like fidgety and were like, I cannot watch this video, and they just left. They did not watch the video and went their way, left a comment and explained as to why it was because of Major Kill's slander. And to them, I say, dude, I love you. You are literally the best thing. That is big dick energy. You have ascended. You are like the guy who was taking a girl to a date, you found out that she was cray-cray, and you respectfully did not stick your dick in crazy. That is 5D chess. You have ascended to the anime character who is in the back in the classroom fixing his glasses and going like, "Aight, I'ma head out." I respect that take, and it is very good. However, there are those who almost try to bait me into like making some stupid ass commentary. There is other folks who will say comments like, "Hey man, you know, the 140k universe does not have that much diversity. I mean, the fact that if you look back in the past, the way that they depicted people, not very good. You should actually take a look into that and see how awful it actually is." And I'm like, really? Do I really have to deal with this shit again? Look, as someone who has played enough MMOs and whatever multiplayer online games, I just know what it is when you are not being accepted well in a community, or when a community is not representing the people that you seem to care about. But let us exclude the fact that within this universe where there's mostly only war, the only individuals who seems to have a semblance of being good and are retaining their humanity are the bloody salamanders, black people. That felt good to say. But no, let's put that fact away. Let's get something straight. Companies do not make content to please you specifically. Every single franchise have a certain target audience, and it's not like Games Workshop is being racist by changing something or not representing everybody. And this is like a dumb take that always gets pushed on in the media nowadays. Like, "Oh, you don't get this representation of this and that. This woman isn't seen as that." Or
games, because this is what it does. It appeals to like the male fantasy.
While there are literally examples of strong female characters everywhere. Because let me pull another World of Warcraft example here. I started playing on a roleplay PvP server called Ravenhold, where we used to meet at a point of scenarios back in the Burning Crusade expansion. So me and my guildies will use to meet back there and literally like reenact some D&D's kind of play. Everybody, since it was a roleplay PvP server, had to dress up in a certain way. We had guild meetings where we were planning stuff and pretty much just voice acting. And one day, as we met with our guildies on Skype, they found out that I was black. Imagine the hilarity of the entire scenario. Why? Because they had literally never seen a black guy play World of Warcraft. And why is that? That's because things are not suited just because of your race. No, the target audience are people who are literally spending money to have to either paint their miniatures, meeting face to face with other people, and spending time doing that. It's nerdy shit, and I like nerdy shit. And this is really where I want to say that this whole me actually doing this video is kind of dumb, but I still really wanted to cover that because this is a topic that gets brought on back and forth for no reason whatsoever. In a universe that had literal trillions of people, don't you think that these things are being represented in one way or another? And at the end of the day, people are literally making their own chapters nowadays that you can make essentially what suits you for your playstyle. So does that mean that I condone acts of people who may do, like, I don't know, provocative stuff? No, I don't. These people tend also to be called out by their very own audience, and if they are smart people, they reflect upon it, will make apologies videos as they are getting ripped up on. It's just a simple thing. You notice those things. If you are, unless you are absolutely blind and you're literally trying to be harmful against others, of course people are going to speak up to it. But this is just simply dumb. These are not the type of questions that you should even be asking. Like, I know that people were kind of mad over the fact that Matt Ward, the guy who made the Ultramarines insanely overpowered, hated the fact that they turned the salamanders into mutants, for example. Like, why? Thing is that people are getting together for the things that they love. You have nerds out there. Guys, we are nerds. We got to admit that. We are weebs for chaos. Okay, I don't even know where I'm going with this one. Yeah, people just get together just to enjoy the thing that they love. Just keep it at that. There's no more need for a discussion, really. So yeah, I guess that's the video. Yeah. And I'm sorry you guys for making something that may have felt clickbaity or something of the sort, but you know, sometimes you get this type of messages and you just have to sort them out. I do read through all of your comments, trust me, I do that.
So that was a fucking lie.
And yeah, just keep it civil as you already do. So I love you guys for watching my videos, for always recommending me new stuff to do, and yeah, just keep it cool and keep it chill, and have a good day.